Hey folks, my name is Jürgen, aka Nerd and Proud of It, and Destiny has brought you to my channel today to talk about how Wizards of the Coast has not only angered the complete Magic the Gathering community in recent months, but now also has angered the Dungeons and Dragons community by wanting to change the open gaming license. Before we dive into that conversation though, I would like to thank my viewers. Thanks for watching this video. I would like to thank my subs, my regulars, which are completely awesome and are supporting me all the time. And of course, I would like to thank my Patreons, because it's them that are actively supporting me on Patreon and making it possible for this channel to stay independent. So thanks to all of you. If you are not a sub yet, please consider to subscribe. Would be awesome. Folks, what is the Open Gaming License? The Open Gaming License for Dungeons and Dragons, which of course is part of Wizards of the Coast as well, is a license that is kind of a public copyright license that allows third-party publishers to create content for Dungeons and Dragons. So if you are somebody who makes content for Dungeons and Dragons, then you are allowed to based on this license. And this license has been around since 2000. So since the year 2000. And to not keep it abstract, I want to talk about a buddy of mine who I actually was in the process of helping getting his Patreon a little bigger. You see it here on the screen. He does drawings for Dungeons and Dragons, and he does drawings of items for Dungeons and Dragons. So he is spending a lot of time, he's drawing every day. And he's operating under that license, and he has kind of quite some Patreons who support him and who are very happy with what he does. He does like items, he does drawings of characters, he does magic spells, he does potions. He basically supports your way of playing Dungeons and Dragons by visualizing a lot of stuff. And he is one of the people who actually are affected by this. The getting rid of the gaming license idea actually means that people who are creating extra things for Dungeons and Dragons for the community, so the community can play and the community voluntarily supports them by Patreon or by other means, which is fine because they're putting a lot of time in this, especially things like drawings like this, or if you write a book, or even if you are doing a Kickstarter campaign for a sub world of Dungeons and Dragons, like big adventure books or whatever. These people are affected by the change of the open gaming license. And that is a pretty heavy thing, because some of them, like my buddy here, they make a little bit of money off of it, but if that changes, then all the work they have done and the future work they might want to do is for nothing. So he currently actually put his site on hold because he doesn't know what will happen. Wizards of the Coast has not officially announced the change of the open gaming license, but there are documents which are pretty surely coming from Wizards of the Coast that have leaked and that indicate the gaming license will change. And what will these changes be? It's basically that you have to report everything you do to Wizards of the Coast. So if my guy, my buddy, does a drawing of, I don't know, a new sword, he has to report that to Wizards of the Coast. And you have to pay royalties to Wizards of the Coast if you earn above a certain amount of money. And that amount of money is 750,000 euros a year, I believe. That was what was in the leaked document. But as that sounds a lot, and like smaller content creators around DnD probably won't earn that kind of money, For the bigger ones, like Kickstarter board games or whatever that make like 1 million or 1.5 million, that's like a killing factor, of course. Like 20% for Kickstarter and 25% in general. Or for parties like Critical Role, which most of you, if you are a little bit into Dungeons and Dragons, might know. That's of course a lot of money. And the point is as well that Wizards of the Coast can actually change that agreement whatever the way they like. So whatever the fuck they want to do, they can do. You basically sign away your rights. You basically have to pay them money. And if they say like, yeah, next month I think our threshold is not 750,000 anymore, it's 1,000 now, then everybody just has to pay. You could say it's in there, right? And it might be, and I think it is when it comes to copyright laws, because you're using a platform as a content creator that belongs to somebody else. So you're basing what you're doing on Dungeons and Dragons. But that agreement, the same as, for example, the reserved list promise, we won't ever reprint the reserved list. That agreement has been in place for a very long time, and they actually promised they wouldn't change it, so people can create content for D&D. And it's crazy how many people got into D&D and enjoying the game because there is custom-made content, custom-made adventures, custom-made items like this, custom-made board games that are roughly playing in the same world. All these things are drawing people in, and Wizards of the Coast will definitely not, in my opinion, I'm making a hard statement and adding my opinion. No, but they will definitely not profit from this, because yeah, even if some people continue to make content and pay a little bit of money, they pissed off the whole community again. It's not cool, because we all, I know for example this guy, but the play group around the corner knows another guy who did like a scenario for them for an adventure, and the next play group knows somebody who actually created the map for a certain city they integrated in their campaign. It doesn't matter, it's endless, and everybody will be pissed because these people are affected. And it's a little bit the same as when Wizards of the Coast like doubled down on the proxy creators. I made a video here, you can see it. It's I will link to the video about the proxy creators at the end of this video, but it was very similar, like, oh, these guys are making something and they're earning money with it, so yeah, let's shut them down. It's not our money. But they don't realize that we won't spend money with them if they are acting like assholes. It's crazy. How can you be so against the people who are supporting your products? May it be D&D, may it be Magic the Gathering, it doesn't matter. But who are actively putting time and effort and energy and love into making these products better, or creating something extra for these products that Wizards of the Coast is not offering, and then just throw that aside and piss off everybody in the process. Then you're not smart. This is not smart business. They are not making smart decisions at the moment. I don't understand why they are doing this. It's of course based on the fact that they need to make $1 billion, and they are looking for everything, every fucking last cent they can get somewhere to reach that goal for the investors and for the shareholders. And our good friend, head of the Ivory Tower, Cynthia Williams, actually said in the fireside chat that they are wanting to monetize D&D even more, and that their main, look it up, you can rewatch it, you can re-listen it, that their main goal is to make money for the shareholders. She literally said that in the fireside chat. So yeah, it's very clear that they are doing this because of the money, but long term, it's so dumb. It's just, okay, yeah, maybe everything continues as normal and we shut down everybody, so more money for us because people want it. But at a certain point, people will not support you anymore, even if they are a fan of the product. They will just create something homebrew. They will just print out cards if you want to sell them proxies for $1,000. They will just create their own adventures if you are shutting down everything that supports the game from an outside perspective. I can't wrap my head around it. Who in hell? Let's swear. It's okay to swear today. Who is crazy enough to think this is a good idea? I don't get it. What do you think, folks? Let me know. Are you affected by the gaming license? Or, of course, you are a Magic the Gathering player. Probably, most probably, if you watch this channel, do you play some DnD like I do? And I'm not heavily affected because the stuff I use more or less is created by myself anyway, and I got a lot of old adventures I can use as a basis. But like this buddy of mine with his little website and little Patreon, who daily creates unique, really nice content, is very talented, has found a nice niche to support people with his content, and has made a little bit of a living out of it for after a couple of years. Are you affected like him as well, or don't you care, which is fine as well? Let me know in the comments. I'm very curious. I am also very curious what the quarterly numbers of Wizards of the Coast will be, because it's getting more and more crazy. And we can say, of course, Dominaria Remastered sells like crazy, but honestly, everybody I talked to didn't buy it, and the price spikes might be implemented because it sells okay and it's a nice product. I get that, but again, shit like this makes me not want to support Wizards of the Coast at all anymore. They don't get it. They don't get it. So I won't buy any product. Neither DnD, neither Magic the Gathering. I don't care. And if I miss out, I miss out. We need to continue making a statement. We need to continue saying this is not okay. And it's the whole community now. The whole Wizards of the Coast community. It's crazy. Crazy. Folks. Crazy. Sorry for the rant. It is what it is. I needed to get it off my chest. I will have more videos in the next coming days as well. And I will talk a little more personal, because I know some of you want to hear how I'm doing, and I will tell you about it. So going okay. So all good. But in the meanwhile, I wanted to tell you that, again, I appreciate you are here watching this video. So that's awesome. Thanks for that. Folks, stay healthy, stay frosty, very important. And thanks for listening. I talk to you next time. Bye bye.